You're watching another episode of Kelley's Outdoor Adventures, the RV Drifters. And good morning from Melbourne Beach, Florida. So in this video, we're going to head to Melbourne Beach, Florida, and check out what the East Coast has to offer. But first we're going to stop by Disney World, and we're going to meet up with our good friends the Tossies from Ostrander, Ohio. They just happen to be in Florida on vacation. So we parked in the Lime parking garage and took the Lime staircase down to Disney Springs. We made arrangements to meet up at the Paddlefish restaurant there at the Disney Springs. We had a good time, had good conversation with the Tossies, catching up. And after dinner, we headed out onto the Disney Springs Mall. Debbie wanted to find the cupcake ATM, and Corey helped her locate that. And yes, she did get a cupcake from this ATM machine. After that, we went to the World of Coca-Cola gift shop downstairs in this little Coca-Cola bar on the second floor.
I don't think it's alcohol. I think it's just all their different flavors. But
how many are there?
16.
16?
So the card will tell me the numbers on the bottom. Oh, that's fine.
That's kind of cool.
Alright, tray one. Oh, these are from different countries.
And we finished the evening and said our goodbyes, and in the morning, Debbie and I headed on to Melbourne. And we had made arrangements to stay with Art and Marcia Jumper at their condo and spent a couple days there and got to explore the area with them. Saw some epic sunrises.
We're here in Melbourne, Florida, and we'll look up the coast to the north. It's a little bit dark and scary looking. And we'll look to the south, and the sun's just about to peek over. It's pretty nice. The waves look just a little angry. It's 7:18 a.m. and there's the sunrise. And the ocean is definitely still very angry.
One of the goals for this trip was to try to find some manatees and get a few pictures. Just north of Cape Canaveral is a big nature preserve, and they say it's a great place to find them. So in Titusville, Florida, on the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, there is a Black Point Wildlife Drive, and it's where you can see pretty much everything.
Looks like this is a pretty cool adventure kayaks. They drop them off out here in the inlet, and then they can kayak up through this inlet and maybe look for manatees. And that is the Indian River, and on the other side over there is Titusville.
There's a number of passes that you can buy. $25 annual refuge pass for Merritt Island. There's a $40 Cape Canaveral National Seashore pass. There's discounts for senior citizens. Lots of options there. We chose the just $10 for one day, and for the carload, and it was good. And not knowing what to expect or what we would find, I got the GoPro out and kind of got it set up and got it ready so we could do some underwater filming if we were lucky.
Am I going here?
Yes.
This is a 7-mile drive. It is one way, so once you enter, you have to go the 7 miles. And even it took every bit of an hour, maybe even a little bit more to go that 7 miles, because there's not a lot of options to pass. But the road is good enough that you could actually take a large RV there as well if you wanted. The maximum speed limit on this drive is 25 miles an hour, but honestly, we never even got that fast. There's rows of cars, and a lot of times you creep along at 5-7 miles an hour. So if you go on Google and Google Black Point Wildlife Drive in the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, there's ample information that you should check out, and that way you have a good idea what you're going to see before you get here.
And then we were supposed to set a bug bomb off this morning, but Mike forgot to buy it at the grocery.
That makes it hard to do.
What?
Set it off if you don't have it.
There's one of your birds.
She's very, very... No, that's not one of my birds.
You don't think it's one of your birds?
Not my...
It looks like one of your birds.
I guess you're getting out.
The diversity of the several habitats is what makes Merritt Island so attractive. They have more than 500 animal species in one area. Merritt Island is one of the key wintering areas in Florida and supports winter populations of 50 to 70,000 ducks, 100,000 coots, up to 14,000 seagulls, and 2,000 various forms of raptors, an enormous number of songbirds.
I don't like any of those. Hold on a second.
Are any of them edible? Did the sign say you can eat this bird or that bird? What ducks have a red feet? Oh, alligator tail.
Where? Right there.
See it, guys? he's out of the wind and above where he's sunning himself. You got all these ducks right here. Aren't afraid of that alligator 20 feet away.
Once we found the first one, we found a couple more pretty quickly.
Oh, he just turned his head. Yes, he is. Cool. He's just a little baby. I saw a bunch of bubbly water and I thought, oh, a manatee. It was ducks coming. They were under the water. They're filming up in a tree. You see that? They're all filming up in a tree.
I don't see them filming in a tree.
They've got some super mega telephoto lenses.
Maybe it's eagles. Oh,
You don't have any trees showing like your eagles.
Okay.
well, for a nest.
Get your cameras ready for whatever it is they're filming.
Okay. We're ready. What did you see?
You saw it out, but it's way far away. You can just see it
But
here.
all you're seeing is like the ear.
Oh, okay. Good job.
The owl hunters. Yeah, I'm seeing nothing. But it is pretty photo anyway. Yeah, or the GoPros.
So the whole purpose of today's trip was to hopefully find some manatees. But don't fret. Tomorrow afternoon, we see a whole bunch of them.
Okay, I just lost a Black
Point
Wildlife Drive. Just completed that. I don't know, 8, 9, 10 miles. I don't know how long it is. It was, what, an hour? Got to see 3 alligators. That was pretty cool. And lots of ducks and birds and blue herons and osprey and egrets. And now it's time for supper. Dinner.
And we found our way to the Dixie Crossroads restaurant. We came to realize that our high school back in Ohio actually has an annual class reunion here because there's several families that are now relocated down in this area, and so they get together every year. But Marsha and Art and Debbie and I had a great meal. Loved our oysters. Probably notice at the end of this little reel that of the 2 margarita glasses, mine would be the one that was empty.
See the propeller marks on the back?
So we spent most of the day yesterday out in the wildlife refuge, which should have been the prime place to see manatees. And we ended up finding a whole bunch of them in a little stream in a neighborhood just on the north end of Melbourne, kind of in between the Patrick Space Force Base and Melbourne.
This one's cozy.
Yeah. There's another one coming. That'll be number 9 coming in there. It's moving pretty fast.
More coming from down there.
Well, we finally got to see our manatees, but as far as my underwater filming goes, it was really not very successful. But for those of you who watched us to the end, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all the things to keep connected to all of our adventures. And if I don't get a chance to see you guys on the road, see you again right here next week. Until next time, cheers, everybody.